Hello friends, welcome back to Study IT Express, and this is session 21, and we will be continuing the subquery rules for part 3, right? In the earlier in the earlier sessions we learned about the subquery, right? And now we will be learning about their uh, the rules which we have to apply, right? So always remember this thing, guys, that rules are basically it can help you to reduce the time for for validating it, right? But if you make a mistake, which is perfectly fine, and as per me, unless you make the mistake, you will not learn, right? It's a human tendency to make a mistake and then learn, and I guess this is called experience, right? So don't be hesitant of making a mistake in subquery rules, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you based on my experience, that these are something to watch out for, and if you are able to do it, it's perfectly fine. Otherwise you can learn by yourself by doing a mistake, right? So the first subquery rule is the select list of subquery, right, which is having the comparison operator, right, can include only one expression, right? So it is the select list of a subquery query, right, which is having which is having the comparison operator comparison operator, right? Operator, like example, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, right? Right, which is having comparison operator, right, can include only one, can include only one expression, or column name in their select clause. Now what does it mean, right? Now if I ask you, right, tell me tell me hmm, okay, tell me, what is happening, sorry about that. Tell me the list of teachers which are having the salary greater than all of the teachers of department 002, right? Very simple question, right? Let's see over here, right? Now I have already, what I have done is I've already written the query so that I can help you in understanding it, and I can get more time in explaining you, right? If you see here, right, this is the first one, right? The select list of subquery introduced with in comparison operator can include one expression or column name, right? What does this mean, right? If you see over here, what we have done is select star from college.teacher where salary is greater than, right? If you see here, what is there? Only one column name is there, right? The second one, this one, if you see here, I have intentionally put the salary as well as the teacher name, okay? So when we do this, right, this will be, this is bound to fail, right? So what we will do is, right, what we will do here now is we will run this thing, okay? If you see what I'm saying, college.teacher where salary is greater than, select salary from where department 002, right? If I run this one, right, if it is saying select query is returning more than one row, right? So what we will be doing? We will be doing here all, okay? And then let's run it. Okay, let's see, right? If you see, so these are the two teachers who are having the more data, right? As sorry, the more salary as compared to the teacher, all the teachers of department 002, right? Now, why this thing got fail? This also we should be knowing it now, right? This one I will tell you just after this. What I complete just now, then I'll tell you, right? Now, if you see here, right, this is fine. Now you got it, right? That there should be only one. Like when you are using the comparison operator, there should be only one column name over here or expression name over here. Here we are taking as a column name, right? Now we will use the same query over here. The only difference is that we are using the teacher name also. So if you see, this defies this thing, right? The comparison operator can include only one expression or column name, right? So what will happen? Let's see. Okay. If you run this one, it throws an error. What error it's throwing? Let's see, right? It is showing that operand should contain one column. You see now here that operand should contain only one column. That's the main problem, right? So that's the reason we say that the list of subquery introduced with comparison operator can include only one expression or column name, right? Cool. Now second one is if we want to work on multiple data, right? The second one is if we want to work on multiple data, if we want to work on multiple data, right? Like then we have to use the in operator. Fine, fair enough. Now let's see here also, right? Now if you remember this thing, right, if you remember here, right, in any and all, right, let's take this example, right? What I did was, right, when I run this way, right, what it is showing? It is showing as error, right? The reason being is subquery returns more than one row, right? So what we will do is that since subquery is returning, because here if you see, if you run this one only, right, let's take an example. If you take an example here, if you run here this one only, so what will happen? It is telling you all these salary is there, right? So when you are saying only greater than, the outer query is getting confused, right? That what should I put it, right? That it is 89045 or 72602, 94228 or 60532, right? That's the reason we use the all operator over here. If you see over here, we're using the all operator. If you run this one, look, it came, right? In the same way, any operator is there, right? If you run this one over here, it will come like this, any operator, right? And if you want to see that, select the tell me the teachers who are having salary exactly like department 002, right? So what you're going to do, you will make it as a in operator, right? So when you make it as a in operator, right, just give me 1 second. So when you just give, yeah, when you make it as an in operator, right, what will happen is it will give you only that data, right? If you see over here, right? And if I run over here, right, and if we run, look here, okay? So this is the in operator. Cool. Now third one is, if the where clause of an outer query includes a column name, it must join the join compatible with the column in the subquery list, right? What does it mean? If the where clause of an outer query, right? Now let's take this example itself, right? What it is saying is, if you see very carefully, right? If the where clause, yeah, there you go. Right. Now, if you are saying find the teacher name, right? Teacher name, teacher name with maximum salary in each department, correct? So what you're trying to do is, you are saying that the salary, right? This salary, you are saying teacher name, department name, salary from college dot teacher, where T dot salary means, like, since this is a alias, right? This I have already taught you in my previous sessions, right? T dot salary equal to, and then I'm saying select max of salary from college dot teacher T2, where department ID equal T2 dot department ID, like, the department ID of this one equal to T of department ID, which means that, for example, if I take an example, let's take this one, right? And, like, let's do the breaking of it, okay? So if I say here, let me let's do a dry run. Like, when I was kid, right, we used to told that, let's do a dry run. Dry run is basically what answer will be coming. Okay. Select T dot teacher name, comma, T dot department ID and T dot salary. T dot department ID, comma, T dot salary from college dot teacher T, where salary, T dot salary, T dot salary, T dot salary equal to select max of salary from college dot teacher T2, right, where T dot department underscore ID is equal to T2 dot department underscore ID. Very simple, right? So always remember I show, and I would have told you, right, that there is a main query, right? This is the main query. This is the subquery, which is inside it, right? And the result of the main query, sorry, subquery, will, whatever is the result of it, this will be inputted into the main query. Very simple, right? So what will happen is, if you see over here, first it will do is, it will get the maximum salary of each and every department, right? And then it will tell that T dot department. So whatever the salary is over here, so like department ID is over here, like just for an example, 20 is there, right? Okay, it is giving me hard time. Let's see over here, 20 is there, right? So what it will happen is, it will say the salary that T dot salary of department 20, right? It should give you the max of it. Let's run one by one this query, right? If you see over here, let's run this first. So let's do select of max, right? If you run over here, right? Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, let me, because it is having the where clause, that's why it is doing. Okay, never mind. Look, when I run this one, it is 97,000, right? So what will happen is, if you see, right, when I run this thing, right, it is telling you that for department 002, Divya Yadav was a person who is having 94,228. What happened is basically, here if you see, right, it took the max of salary, right, from college.teacher, where department ID, like, first it went over here and saw, okay, department 001, right? Okay, department 001 is over here, right? And then it will say, okay, department 001 is over here, right? Then let's see what is the max of salary of department 001, because if you see over here, if, what it is saying that this one is being replaced by department 001, right? This one, like, I'll just make it up, right, as of now, right, so that you can understand, right, is DEPT underscore 001, okay, department 001, right? Now let's see whether what will happen with this, right? If you run this one, let's see. Look here, Ashutosh Sharma, right? Why? Because where T dot salary equal to, and then it said, okay, now first take the department 001. It is saying, okay, department 001, right? It is telling, okay, department 001, the maximum salary is of Ashutosh Sharma. Okay, let's make it Ashutosh Sharma, right? Then if you say department 002, it should come as Divya Yadav, right? Let's see, okay, right? If you run this one, Divya Yadav, right? So instead of putting like this, I just put the department ID. That's it, right? So that each and every time this department ID can be reiterated again and again. As simple as that, right? If you run this one, right, and you see everything has come, right? If you do order by, it's perfectly fine. Then I can just do order by, that will be fine, right? So this is also called correlated query, right? It is also called correlated query, right? Means there's a correlation between the main query and the subquery, right? Cool. Okay. Now the next rule is the distinct keyword cannot be used with the subquery that includes the group by, right? And the last one is a view with subquery cannot be updated, right? So that is also one of the thing. Okay, cool, sure. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot for your time. I think this is this we will be finishing off with the subquery, right? Next one, what we'll be doing is basically we will be performing the union operator as well as the minus operator, union, all, and intersect. Okay, that will be a session 22. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot for your time. Take care. Bye bye.